Today I'm gonna tackle a little project, which is it's a trailer that was given to me. Well, I already started to cut a bit here and there. I want to replace all around it, and I'm just keeping part of the suspension that I want to keep. Make it a bit bigger and just a bit more sturdy, and change the wheel. Where was the wheel? Like, it's not really the place that I want to have my wheels. I like to bring it just a bit forward.
So we're gonna change that up. This has already been cut.
And I went this morning, grabbed some material. So this is gonna be my new frame that I'm gonna use. Those at the ends are placed up, but I'll need to figure out where I want to put these. Okay, so Nico balanced it out, right? It's balanced.
Balance, level. So alright. So we got this piece more likely where we want it.
At three quarter of where we want it. So it's gonna have some weight on the trailer and some weight on the four-wheeler.
And measure this up to grab something to have this piece get in there.
Nuts. That's the peanut, man. Alright, so this should be fairly thick enough, plus my receiver hitch that I'm gonna weld under. So with the four-wheeler, I have to make it do
A little bend to have a 4-inch of an offset.
It's pretty thick as well. This is overkill, but it's gonna be great.
So we're gonna weld this one underneath. Nuts and bolts in here to keep everything together. Now that welds. So it's bolted to the
Rear suspension. It's not the same, I want to say quality. This is way thicker than this one. I feel confident that this will cause me no problem. Obviously, the top one, what I just did, ain't stressing me at all. This is way overkill for what's gonna be applied to it.
What do I have as measurement? So I had 1 inch and 7/8 with no weight. And once I had 275 pounds, I was down to 1 inch and 3/8. I stand correct. I don't think it was 3/8. I want to say it's more 1 inch and a half. And from the axle, I was at 5 inch. And after with the weight, I was at 4 inch and 3/4.
Cool, so we got our rail ready. Spot weld everything. I've made sure that it's level from everywhere, square, and even measure it up to make sure that this thing is square and straight. Now I'm just gonna weld everything and that thing is sturdy. You'll never see anything as sturdy as this for sale in stores. This is custom, so everything that's custom meant to last. So you know what? I'm gonna go with pressure treated because I have that as leftover from another project. So I got some fencing, pressure treated wood, and I'm gonna use that for the sides on the trailer, and I'm gonna use decking for the bottom. So we'll go to the supplier, pick that up, then come back, measure, cut, install, paint, blah blah blah. We're ready to paint the trailer. Just got back with the wood, but it was frozen in there, so it's all right. It's gonna dry up a bit. Okay, let's go grab the drill. So la drill, c'est celle-là.
Yeah?
Oui, non. Ça, yeah. Les uns. Deux mains. Yeah. We need some mesh. On a des mesh ici. And here. So grab these ones. Hey. Now, that's the screws. Yeah. Pull dans le trou.
Oh, oui.
Now. Dans le trou ici. Right? So enlève-le. Lève des airs. Lift it up. Enlève. We did our marks. We used the punch. You need oil. And we're through. So we'll be able to install our bolt. Here. More plates in front. As I got my design finally planned up, and in the back too. Now we got our first coat, but before I apply my second coat, with the time I got for in between for other stuff, I'll start to cut my lumber, plant it up, take it out, and then after do the second coat. Now I took the grinder, since my screws were a bit too long, I had to take the grinder and take it off. But all my cross members are there, and I just need to slide it in. So it's main go. So now the only thing I'll need probably is put like a screw and nuts and bolt here or whatever, maybe four, to keep it tight on the frame, and everything's gonna stay. With the front and back are pushed by the sides. So we'll take it all out, do our second coat of paint, and then we're gonna do our first coat of stain. This is the stuff that I used at the cabin, ready sealed. Okay. It's supposed to be idiot proof, proof, almost the same thing, right? Usually pressure treated, you're supposed to wait 1 year, but you know what? I want to get this trailer out of the shop. How is it called? Hickory burnt or something like that? Burnt hickory, number 145. So now it's going to take quite a while. Let's let it dry up a bit. Come back in 2 days anyway. It's going to smell way too harsh in here. So, all right. So finally, our trailer is dry, skis, and our board. So today, what we're gonna do is assemble everything back to the trailer. You ready? Okay. So let's go see the specs. I had to do another sheet because my engineer, I couldn't understand quite a bit. It was missing 2 measurements, so everything went good after. But we're good. Hey, Mr. Engineer. All right, so what are we using is the self-drilling screws. things left to do. So we're gonna install this receiver to it. So we already did the holes, but with the paint, it's gonna give us a little bit of trouble, I'm assuming. So what we purchased on Amazon is those 2-inch cap. They were like, I think, $12 for the whole game. So we're gonna install those. Ooh, it's gonna be tight. So there's some ridge on the inside, some burr or whatever you can call it. So we need to get that out. Washers or Teflon nuts, so this is what we're going to use. So we need to do our final test. We got Nico, we got 100 pound of weights, tractor weights, and now I'm going to hop in there. Alright, so this is going to haul quite a bit of wood, I do think. Those side panels isn't holding. So either I'm doing kind of a corner piece to make it hold, so it's going to squeeze in there, and just use wood screws. We're about to do our first test with the trailer. First test with the tires, and see how the family likes the ride with the little suspension. And then after we'll try with the skis to see how it hauls as well with the suspension. So how was it ride?
Very smooth.
Right on. One thing easy to notice is it's taking a lot of space. It's long, but compared to those trailers they sell, they're fairly short, right? But to back up, this is great. The longer is your tongue, the easier to back it up. It's a plus and a minus. Here it is. Just took part of the axle, well, the axle off. So we have, we'll see how this goes. I don't like where the positions are. The position of the skis are. It's kind of leaning more in the back, but it's gonna pull a bit more, lift more my weight. Thing of weeks. That's it. When I use it, if I use it. Let's go do it right. So the right, she was mentioning it's smoother, but it was kind of sliding. With the leaves of the skis, it was kind of giving a nice comfy ride, but it was like the way she was mentioning, well, it was a nice ride. But today it's not, it's slushy. This is replacing 2 trailers. It's this piece right here. So it's on the side right now. And there's some holes. Having a ratchet strap. This is a former old trailer, those little trailers that you buy at Lowe's, Home Depot, Rona. It was acting like a mini side-by-side, right? And this is the other guy it's gonna replace. But this was doing the job. It was perfect. Hauled the kids, hauled the wood. But this is one of the problems. So this is gonna replace the 2 other guys. And hopefully this lasts for quite a while. And the guy and my kids have fun to rebuild this up after, which hopefully in a few years. But this is it.